Alright, now we're going to continue with the vehicle and radio setup wizard. As you can see here, that's steps 10 and 11. This makes sure your quad set up. Where we're at now, I've got the ground station software installed, the ground control software installed. My quad's done, it's all hooked up. No propellers. Notice no propellers on the motors. That is very, 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 very important, and don't have those on anytime you're working on your quad. It can do bad things and cost you a lot of money going to the hospital. So let's continue here. So we're going to go to our grounds. Okay, here's our Open Pilot GCS. This is where we left off. We're going to come here and go welcome, because that's easy. And right here is your vehicle setup wizard. It's also up here in, I believe, tools. Vehicle setup wizard, transmitter setup wizard. So the vehicle setup wizard. Okay, again, always read your directions. We're going to do some stuff. Here's your nice warning. Move your props, and now let's get started. Okay, we don't need to upgrade because we've already done that, so we're just going to hit next. If you haven't done the previous tutorial, hit upgrade and make sure it's on the most current firmware. We already did. Here, this makes sure it says, Open Pilot. It would be a CC3D or a Revo. Next. Okay, how are we connecting? If you're using one wire from your receiver to your flight controller, as I am here, I'm using a S-bus actually with the Free Sky. Or if you're doing one wire for each channel, so you're going off your flight controller, you've got a wire going to motor, speed control, or on channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, channel 4. That's PWM. That's your normal RC setup. S-bus is if you want to use the S-bus functions of the transmitter or the receiver and the flight controller, which is what we're doing. Okay, please reboot your controller. Power cycle it. Make sure nothing's going. Now again, I just leave it connected to the flight controller, and I disconnect the USB from my computer. I wait about 30 seconds. Plug it back in. Plug in the board again and wait for it to connect, and by connect you're going to see it down here. There, Revo and this. Again, CC3D is the same thing. Now hit next. Okay, what are we flying? We're going to be flying a multi-rotor today. Hit next. That's how, there's your motor diagram. You can change from a quadcopter X, which is the standard, or a plus, or hex, or tricopter, whatever you want there. We'll be doing our quad. We've got rapid ESCs, so this is if you're using a Simon K. If you're using junky speed controllers, this won't work. Okay, GPS, this is new. We don't have a GPS. If you had one, here's some information. You got Open Pilot Platinum, U-Blox based, or NMEA based. I don't have one yet, so I don't have anything to do on this one. Okay, this is just a summary. We're going to go next. Okay, what we're doing here is identifying what level is. So make sure your quadcopter is level, and just hit calculate, and it's going to center all the gyros. So this is your bias. This tells it where level is. Go next. All right, now this one's going to do your speed controller calibration. You want to read all those questions and continue. Confirm all safety. Press the start button when it comes enabled. So first we confirm these. Okay, when the start button's enabled, start, then connect the battery. Here we go. Then we're going to wait for it to beep. Okay, it beeped. Now we're going to hit stop. Now they beeped again, and we disconnect the battery. And that basically sets the throttle range for the speed controllers. Real nice feature that they added in there. And then we're done with that one. Now again, make sure all your propellers are off. See, no propellers, because we're going to actually make the motor spin for this step here. And we will need a battery connected here. I always forget this because I just unplugged it in the last step. So plug in your battery. Now we're going to go to next. Now okay, see, it says the top left motor, so this motor should spin, and it should spin in. Hit start, and then you move this little slider till that little motor moves. There we go, motor's spinning and spin in the right direction. Hit stop, go to the next one, hit start, move your little slider till it starts to move. Looking for the upper right, spinning, and it's going the right direction. If the wrong motor spins, let's say when I did that, this one spun, then you just change your wires here on your board. You just move from pin 1 or 2 to the appropriate pin. These are motor number 3 is in the 3rd slot, so that'll help you if you got it wrong. So now we're looking for 3 is back here. Move it up. It's going the right way. And number 4. And it's going the right way. Stop. Okay, go next. Now I'm just going to use the current tuning because that's the easiest, and we're going to save it. And it's done. Now we're going to go to and that's how you do the vehicle setup wizard. The transmitter setup wizard is next.